my name is Madison Hughes. I go to Southeastern Louisiana University here in Hammond, and I'm a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing student. So a BSN. I'll have my registered nursing degree once I finish.
And graduation is right around the corner in
Yes.
25. Yeah. Tell us about you're a little bit older student than a 19-year-old going to class, and how that journey happened to be that you either went back to school or continued finishing school.
So whenever I graduated high school, I really had no idea what I wanted to go to college for, or if I even wanted to go to college. And nobody in my family has been to college. My
Mhm.
mom went for like a few semesters, but she didn't finish. So nobody in my family has been to college before. So I didn't know if I was going to go either. So I kind of just wanted to work for a while and see what I liked and what I enjoyed, what I could be interested in. That actually went on longer than I expected it to be honest. In January of 2019 is when I actually started an LPN program at Baton Rouge Community College. And from there, I decided if I'm going to do it, I'm just going to go all the way. So I went ahead and I signed up for the RN program. I started off at FRANU, which is Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady University. That is owned by Our Lady of the Lake Health System. And from there, I spent 2 years there doing prerequisites, but it was very expensive. So I ended up transferring over to Southeastern. And Southeastern actually is now the best nursing school in the state. So it looked like I'd made a great decision. And so
Right.
that's where I am today.
I've met so many people who have gone to not only in nursing at Southeastern, but other majors as well. Well, when you first started, did you go to class with a lot of young people who are
Oh,
just
I'm
right out
still
of high
going to
school?
class. Everybody. So it's rare that anybody is older than 22 or 23. There's maybe a few of us just sprinkled in there. I wouldn't say it's more than 10 of us that are over the age of 25.
Yeah. Well, we applaud you for going back. It is hard to stop working and then go to school because then you're
It
used to
is.
having the money. But, and then so when you, on your application, you really talked about your desire to impact patients and be advocates for patients. So did something get you to that?
So I have had some personal experience with feeling like people need better advocacy out there, maybe not just in the healthcare field, but just across the board. I feel like there are a lot of communities, kind of like how your mother did with the African American women that she helped. And there's just so many communities out there, whether it be racial, gender identity, underserved communities, poor, low income people who just need advocacy. And there were situations that happened to me. Like my mother did worked 2 or 3 jobs at a time. And at one point she was a single mother. So I didn't always have her to advocate for me because she was busy working to keep the roof over our head. And then not only that, but as I got older, I went through situations where I just felt it's important for people to feel like their voices are heard and also to learn the skills of being able to advocate for themselves. Not everybody knows how to do that. Not everybody knows how to use their voice or find the resources that are available to advocate for themselves. Some people don't even know where to look or start to look. I've always been a people person. Like you can tell, I can just talk to anybody. I'll have a conversation with the person in the gas station or in the grocery store. I can talk to anyone. And so I felt like it would be very beneficial for me to maybe go into a field where I would work with people every single day. And nursing I'm so compassionate and caring, and I have a lot of empathy for other people. So that's where I kind of thought, okay, well, let me try nursing. And so I did the LPN for a summer and we went into a nursing home and I realized I don't really have a queasy stomach or anything like that would keep me from being able to be a nurse. But I also came home after working in the nursing home crying like every other day because I wanted to help these older people, or I was so sad that like they were in these not so great of circumstances or they had these really bad health conditions that limited their quality of life. And I just realized that's where I need to be. That's who I need to be, helping people and be working with people every day because I was very passionate about it. If I was coming home crying every day, obviously I really cared and I was passionate about it. I don't know if how I will implement the advocacy. I know I will be able to interact with my patients and tell them, like, look, if you don't think this is the good kind of care for you, or if you need more information, or if you don't even know what's going on and you need to better understand where you're at in your health journey or your diagnosis, that's a way I can simply advocate for them to better learn where they're at and where they need to go and what they need to do. Or if they don't agree with like a procedure that a doctor wants to do, or if they want more information, just teaching them to kind of speak up and advocate for themselves and say, hey, I don't really understand, or I want to understand better. Those are things I'd like to do.
And I think when you get that job, your dream job, and you start getting experience, that they'll see those skills in you, whoever
Yes.
your boss is, or hopefully they will. What about your financial journey?
So it actually goes back way to 2015. I had started and I did one semester at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. And I was living with my mother, and it was just turned into a bad situation. So I didn't get to finish this semester. So that was one semester that I used Pell Grant money and some loan money. We fast forward to 2019, and that's whenever I got started in the LPN program at Baton Rouge Community College. Well, I decided I wanted to do more than just that. If I was going to go to college, I wanted to go all the way. I wanted to get as much education under my belt. If I was going to do 2 years, I might as well do four, you know? So that was another semester that kind of didn't really go to much. I have the classes under my belt, but it didn't really exactly go towards my degree that I'm trying to get now. So then I started off at Fran U, and it's a private Catholic school. So it costs a lot of money. I decided to start there when I did because the year that I started, they had a 100% pass rate on the NCLEX, which is hard to get for a school. Southeastern has that now, and they have for very many years. But whenever I was starting school, they didn't have that. So that's what made me decide, okay, if I'm going to go to school, I want to be at the best school where I can have the highest chance of passing. But it just got to be way too expensive. I mean, it just was unattainable. And so that is whenever I decided to switch to Southeastern, which is more attainable, more affordable. But the only bad thing is those 2 semesters that I used up in the past, I'm now going to be short 2 semesters in the future. So I'll have 2 semesters left after the spring semester. And so I'll be short on the money I need for those 2 semesters. So that's where your scholarship came in, and it'll help to lessen, how much I need for the 2 semesters I have left. So
Yeah, that's interesting. So they give you so many semesters that you can use the
yes,
money.
yes.
So how did you find us, Madison?
I think it was just one of those websites that has like just all the different scholarships on them. And
Yeah.
it came up because sometimes you'll go on those scholarship and it'll be everything under the sea they're offering scholarships for, and none of them pertain to you. So I learned to put some filters on and find some scholarships maybe that were in my state or something along those lines. So I think that's how it happened, because a lot of these scholarships, you wouldn't think that's how it is, but a lot of the scholarships out there are tailored for like so and so who graduated from so and so high school in so and so county, or so and so from this state who's a descendant of this company. I mean, they can be very specific. It's hard to find like just a general scholarship for people in Louisiana who are trying to attend college. It's very hard to find a blanketed scholarship like that, or for non-traditional students like me. The other thing you see a lot of is scholarships for graduating seniors from high school. And so I think that's how I found you guys. You guys came up because it was Louisiana and you accepted people of my age group.
So we checked all your boxes.
Y'all did. Y'all checked all of them. And then the
Well,
fact that you had a story behind the mission just made it even more rewarding whenever I got the opportunity to get this scholarship. It made it that much more like me wanting to brag and tell everybody, because y'all have such a great story behind you. And it's really a part of a lot of the core beliefs I have about how your mom advocated for the women, at Exchange Place. It really, it really just resonated with me whenever I realized that y'all were interested in me and all that.
and we love her story, but we love all her students that we are now joined together with. And you're now becoming part of our story, the Madison
Yes.
of the world, the scholarship winners of the world. But did you win any other scholarships? Can I ask you that you applied for?
I made a goal, I guess you could call it, to apply to at least one scholarship a day, not including those scholarships that are like, oh, just click to apply. They have those types of scholarships. You don't have to write an essay, you just click to apply, but your odds are so low because everybody's just going to click to apply. They don't have to put in the time or effort to write an essay or tell a story about themselves or whatever. So I made a goal that I was going to do, at least one scholarship a day on the winter break because I had the extra time. Just recently, I heard back from another place and I won $1,000, another $1,000 scholarship. So
Yay!
I need about 12 to finish school. So that's 2,500 or around 2,500 that I've gotten so far.
Yeah. And so you need 12,000 to finish school.
Yes, ma'am. With any scholarship I want, you never know what kind of experience you're going to have or how it's going to work. But I really like that I've gotten to talk to you and Jeff and
Yeah.
some of the people
Yeah.
who went to the exchange place or the adult education center. That's been very cool to be able to interact with you guys.
Yeah. And so that you'll see the past and you're the future. So
Right. It's
yeah, that's
it's very cool.
my mom, when she ran the school, had a personal relationship with all the women. And when she would send them out on the job interviews,
Mhm.
she would almost be their marketing. This is so unheard of, their marketing arm to go out there. And she got to know the people who were interviewing her and they got to know them. So it's
And in one of those stories I read on the website, they even called your mom the fairy godmother. She was the fairy godmother they didn't know they needed. And then the woman in the story said, and we were her Cinderellas. It was so cute.
and she loved that. She loved their relationship. So when Jeff and I started the 431 exchange, we wanted that personal touch too. And we wanted, even though we love their story, we wanted our stories to come like a Madison of the world, and everybody gets to know you. So you may have seen your story on the website.
I did. I
Yeah.
was so excited. I screenshotted it and I sent it to people. I was like, look, I'm on the website.
I know.
Oh, it's
Funny.
incredible. I mean, it really, I never realized, or I guess because nobody else in my family has gone to college, I didn't really know how expensive it could be. I mean, left and right, even outside of tuition and books, they like this semester, for example, whenever we go to take a test, we take them in class, but you no longer take a test on paper. So they make you take a test on your computer. So, first of all, you have to have a laptop. If you don't have a laptop, I don't know how you'd succeed in school. So, that's money right there outside of tuition and books. And you have to download this browser that's called Respondus that locks down your whole computer. You're not able to exit the test or get on the internet or do anything like that outside of the test. So we've used that for as long as I've been in school. Well, now all of a sudden, this semester, out of nowhere, the nursing school has decided to be like, oh, well, we're going to change our testing system. And not only that, but you're going to have to pay out of pocket for it. It'll be $45 per semester. So it's like, at every which way and turn, you're always like, what's going to come up next? And what if I'm not prepared for it? Not everybody has $45 on the spot. Maybe I have to wait till my next paycheck or whatever. It's very expensive being in school. I don't know if other majors are like this, but nursing school is extremely expensive and it's extremely taxing. They even told us in orientation, they were like, we really would prefer you not to work a job at all because this is going to be your full-time job. It's going to take up all of your time. And I'm still working, but there's some days I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to keep working, but I got to keep working. Sometimes there's just not enough time in the day. There just isn't.
Well, you have such a lot. Well, your graduation is in 2025, so
Spring.
it's really right
Yeah,
around the corner. So
right.
where do you see, first of all, how many people are coming to your graduation? Everybody that
Um,
you know?
I would probably think it'll probably be like less than 10 people. I
Yeah.
would think it'd be my grandmother, maybe my mom, maybe an aunt or uncle, and I would maybe my little brother, and that would be it. I don't
Okay.
have a lot of family, so it would be small.
Yeah, Jeff and I may be there.
Oh, y'all can come. I'd love it. I'd love it.
Well, how are they going to feel about you being the first one in the family to be graduating? Are
Well,
they
I
so
hope
proud?
I hope everybody will be proud of me and brag on me and tell, hey, I'm so happy for you. I hope that they are proud of me and I'll be proud of myself. And at the end of the day, that's what matters, that I'm proud of myself. I got here, I put in the work, and I did what I had to do to get here. And as long as my grandmother's proud of me too, that's really, she's raised me. And so, really, like her being proud of me and me being proud of myself is what matters.
We are proud of you, Madison. Let me
Well,
just say
thank
that
you.
we are cheering you on behind the scenes, and we are so happy that, again, you came into our lives.
I do appreciate, you guys being here too. You have been great. And it's just been such a personable experience. And it's not been like cut and dry, or it's just been very nice to get to know you guys and be able to feel like I can just have a free flowing conversation like we have. It's very nice to be able to have that with somebody who has offered, me a scholarship. It feels more personable, like I said. So that's
Yeah.
nice.
And we love it. You keep us young, just with what you're up to and seeing your journey. So we are actually so privileged to be able to be on this journey with you. So that's
Yes,
how we
ma'am.
feel about that.
And vice versa. I am so privileged to be offered this chance and this opportunity. I just can't thank you guys enough. I'm really glad that y'all saw the light within me and enjoyed talking to me and all those things. So it's an honor.